Hello. Okay. Another week, another listing show. I hope everyone's doing good. I did go thrifting today. I found some vintage Fisher Price, but it wasn't worth my time. So at this time of year, Mondays are traditionally the worst day I find for thrifting. So I'm going to cut out Mondays for now and reintroduce it later if things start speeding up again. Because I spent 2 hours out there and found one thing, and hey, chop chop, and it's simply just not worth my time to do that. I have lots of things I can be doing on my business at home. So for the other thing I was thinking about is for the show for Mondays and stuff. My big issue is trying to have enough stuff ready for the show, and I don't want to cancel. So Mondays I'm going to probably do shipping, and then keep Tuesdays and Wednesdays for listing, simply to see how that goes, especially with things kind of hard to source right now. But the times are the same and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll just start listing. So let's start. With Wood and Thomas. This one's the Busy Bee. Busy Bee James. This one is Angry Face. This one's not exactly in the best condition. See, lots of wear. But I'm going to list it anyways, and that will get us started. The goal is 500. I guess I should go over that bit. The goal is 500. I should be at 2,500 right now, but I'm at 805 for gross listings, so I'm behind. It kind of just shows you how, I try my best to list enough to have an income, but even then, with all the time, it can be difficult to keep up. So let's just show sales have peaked, and now they're going down a little bit, which is fine. I expect that around this time of January. I reached my high for sales January the 3rd, and now I've gone down. Before January 3rd, it was around 20,796 for the 90-day total for US, and now it's 19,920. I do keep a track of that just for fun. So let's start with Thomas. Busy as a bee. Put top, yep. Hey Shay, we're doing toys right now. And I'm gonna put wood in. So I went through my backlog of the wooden ones now for Thomas, and I made very simple notes, for example, of just the ones that kind of stand out a little bit. So if you see here, Douglas and Donald, and if they have their tenders, they sell for about 70 US. So I have the Douglas one with the tender, but if I have the other one, the Donald, and this, then they'll sell together for 70 American. So I'm actually going to hold on to this and just see if I happen to come across, not in my inventory, but come across in the wild the other one, because they're worth quite a bit more as the pair. And there's quite a few things like that I find in the Thomas where it's best to have both of them. So let's go back and just get the motor going here. Now, obviously, mine's not the best. And I'm just going to make sure the face is the same, because it can be... The other thing with the Thomas is just a little bit of paintwork makes a huge difference to what it really is. But this is the same. And actually, the condition's kind of the same, too. It's not the best. So that's kind of convenient. Oh, but it has the tender. I don't have the tender. Tender is the back bit. So I'm going to ask $19.99 just to go. No tender. Oh, I forgot to get the box. I need the box. And today's special listing box is F42. Everything will be going into the one box. So F42. Man, I feel rusty. Okay. As always, I took the pictures in advance. And we're going to use our normal thing. Now, this one's well played with. So I said played with the use condition with lots of marks, worn paint, signs use. That's the one we're going to use. Okay, looks good. So for the year, I'm just going to take that out, but I'm not going to take it out from the rest of the listing. And I can put the word train in there. She went to 1999. This is light. Okay, good enough. And list. So I got one done at $20. And into the bag, into the box. Getting Legos ready to list tonight. Yeah, Legos, I have a huge guilt box of the Lego minis. It's kind of like with my Thomas, I'll get through it someday. Is the Legos newly sealed? Because that would be awesome. But a hiking stick with badges on it. Been taking them off the stick and listing. Oh, that's a great way of doing that. Yeah, especially if some of them are worth good money. Hey, Bluegrass. Hello from cold Ottawa. I got another heater for the basement because I get too cold down here. Hey, Julie. The end of the show's for you. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to do the next item. And I'll just remove the comments. Okay, so this is the first time I've actually picked up one of these. David's Tea. And I picked up this one because it's Christmas. I thought it was attractive. And it's in excellent used condition. And it still has its little tea thing. So we'll take a look at the value for that. I paid up for this. I paid $8. Okay. Up. David's Tea. Winter. This one's 2016. Doesn't have a date on it. That's not it. So let's get rid of that. And let's put the proper shipping. Wow, why is it gone? And boop. Okay, so that's it. Mine's obviously not brand new. I would say it's nearly brand new, though. Actually, let's just put it on used. Let's see. Similar. Okay, so there's none sold except for that new one, which is probably why I picked it up. There it is. Pre-owned. Another one from Canada. So I'm going to ask $39.99, but I'm going to ask less for my shipping, even though that will mean I might have to pay a bit for extra for shipping than it costs. That's fine by me. So we're going to go with this one. I would say David's Tea is kind of like the new Starbucks. And the nice thing is they're kind of easy to spot because you can see the lid. I mean the tea thingy. They're not all valuable, but if you don't mind shipping mugs, which I don't mind doing, I think they're worth the time. So I'm going to put the price in before I forget. And this is a case where I'm already in the section for these mugs because I look for Starbucks mugs, although I haven't found one in ages. And I also look for teacups. So if I'm there anyways, you might as well keep. What I'll do is I'll take photos of other stuff that's in the. I'll take photos of other items in that area, and then I'll look up to see if there's anything outstanding in terms of value for that type of item, and then try and add those items. Especially, like I said, if I'm going to be since it might. Especially if I'm in that area anyways, I like to kind of, also expand what I'm searching for anyways. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, good. And done. I sold 6 this weekend. I'm a hobby seller, so I was big hearing. Hey, that's great. I was a hobby seller until recently, and now I'm full time. No longer getting paid. Oh, hey, Janet. See, now, even now, the name screwed me up for a second. Okay. Carl's only needs to say yes. Yes, I did skip a show or two. I'm going to try and either do shipping if I don't have enough stuff, or just babble, or who knows, maybe research stuff. I'll try and do the shows no matter what. Oh, sorry, I missed this one. I just sold some stock Naggles stop Naggles. Oh, I'm not sure. I should look it up later. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Okay, so next item. We got that one. I keep a little cheap box behind me. So I tested this by basically putting batteries in, making sure it works. This is a 35 mil camera, and this is a very good brand. So what is that? Okay, so this is a Yashica T4. And it's used. And let's just do USA. Let's go used. And let's just say USA. Okay, so they sell for quite a bit of money, but there are different ones. So I'm just going to make sure we're looking at the same one. Yeah, so this is the same model as this one. So we'll sell this. I'm thinking of asking 750 American for this. I bought this for $3.99 last week. 749.99. Obviously, if this one sells, I'm going to ask for signature on arrival because of the value. Okay. There's no manual, so we can get rid of that. Let's have the strap. Oh, good for you, Paul. I'm glad to see you're here. And I am taking attendance, so you're a little late, but we'll accept that. So this one here is obviously going to help my numbers for the month a lot. Let's see. We got 8, 9, 10, 11 pictures. And then camera. Shits without battery. He named it after me. And there we go. And list. So that's another one listed. One, and that was 750 American. And into the box it goes. Love how you find cameras valuable. So that by far is the most valuable camera I've found. I bought 2 cameras that day. One didn't work. Thankfully, the expensive one worked. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, these are Hudson Bay playing cards. Very Canadian thing. So if people don't know, Hudson Bay in general is a bolo. And this was on the baggie wall in the stationery area. And I thought I would check the price for this one. Obviously, I picked it up. Oh, yeah, I boasted about that one all over the place. Okay. Let's see. Hudson Bay cards. Say playing cards. I know they exist for sure. Here they are. I'm actually going to pick a deck not of that type, but from United States, just so I can create an American listing. So you see there's 2 people wanting good money. These are sealed, of course. So what we're going to do is try to do our little trick. I can get it to just copy that. There we go. And check Terapeak for actually solds. Okay. Hudson's Bay Company. Playing cards. And this. So if you look at the value that these are modern cards. These are not that old. I don't know when they are, but and they have sold. Someone sold it really cheap for some reason, and then everyone else got over got $80 to $100 American for these playing cards. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see how it goes. I have B and IB. Don't know what that means. The rest is okay. We go into the same box. And they're new. Let's just make sure the category is okay. Yeah, it's fine. And here we go. Okay, let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Combo. Yeah, how much am I going to ask? That's the next question. I'm going to ask 89. Normally, there's a hair in the picture. So normally I don't check this, but I'm just taking a look. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. If someone's cheaper, then more power to them. So that's another one done. In 90. Bolo. Yeah. Sometimes you have luck. I didn't have any luck today, though. I'm just going to alter my banner. So we're at 4. And we're at, let's see here, 8, 10, 900. So far I've listed 4 items for gross value of 900. Save, show. Yeah, see you later, Paul. Thank you for coming and saying hi. Okay, so that's done. I'll just put it to the side. Oh, I'm out of plastic bags. We'll do this next, and I'll be super high. Waterman fountain pen cartridges. Obviously, the Bolo wall. At the end of this show, I'm also, for those of you who have been trying to get to sleep, I will be showing basically my spreadsheet that I use to keep track of stuff. It's not really built for public viewing. It's more like information for me, so it's not pretty, but it's what I use. And I said I would show it. Okay. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. So Waterman. Blue ink. I've been playing with a fountain pens this week, but all I did was get my hands really inky, so there's something obviously I don't understand. And sold, of course. Wish you could lock what you're looking for just like you can in the mobile app. Okay. That's it. Of course, I only have one. That's okay. Whenever things are new, I just do the combo one. Where are you? There you are. Books. If anyone's ever interested, there is a way to delete these I can't remember the command right now. Otherwise, I would do it. So it won't show up as a option. That can speed things up a little bit too. There's the UPC code. Ooh, and there's one box. And I can get rid of that. I can spell this right. See, why is there no UPC code? I don't get it. I got one. Oh well. Just gonna double check that one I've decided to use as my cell similar, just in case it's the same, not the same. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same. All right, good. And off we go. Into the box she goes. Oh, now it's 1 for 15. Done now. Yeah, Julie, it'll be really exciting. Hey, Tracy. Actually, Tracy, I have a question for you. I have to show you something shameful. I need your opinion on it. So, in the past, as we do, I bought a bunch of crap. And these are all, since you're our jewelry expert, these are all like little things like made of stone. Stones like beads, stupid earrings. I don't know. Beads, special beads. I don't know what they have to do with it. It's my shame. I also have like things like this. Probably Avon. None of it's silver. And I have a lot more than just this. And it's in my box of shame for a long time. What would you do if it has like there's no metal value here? Would you just donate it all back? I know it's a very open question, but that's the question I have. Okay. Next, Bose Remote. For the remotes, I do very basic testing. I have a bin, like a bin full of that crap. I don't know what I was thinking. It was so cheap, I couldn't leave it behind. But then it's like, yeah, it was cheap, and now it's just taking up space. Control. And it's this one here. Just make sure it is the same one. Yeah. Someone put the code on for MX6. Now we can do highest. We're doing 34. I can't remember how much I paid. It was under $5. And I picked this up last week as well. Well, only 2 pictures. I was late. Oh no, I did more than that. 42. Oh, no, missing back. What the hell is all this crap? They all look exactly the same. Sometimes if you can't find, you need to look for a model number. Of course, it's not going to be here in this case. Sometimes you can find them in the battery compartment. Yeah. So I actually did find it. Oh, you can't see that. There it is. So this is MX527. So it's a good thing I looked because I searched for the wrong one. And I can change the price though. And there was another 6 is in there too. Yeah, this one looks good. You ever see the small square remotes? I don't have one. They're flat for Bose. They're generally good to pick up as well because if you do sell Bose consoles like I do, often they are missing the remote. And it's easy pairing. Blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, that's good. So then we're at 35. Okay. Believe what Carl missed what you pointed at. I have no idea what was. Sorry, I didn't catch up. Beats are good for grinding. Yeah. Lotted up and less good stuff. Keyword crafter lot. Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. Let's take a looking at the stuff. Hey, nice to see you come in. Thank you. Let me know if you have any comments, criticisms, concerns. Put the weight of it in all the title. Oh, okay, that's a good point too, right? Wait, math? Did I miss it? Yes. No, the math is. Hey, Craig. The math is at the end. At 6:30, we'll be doing spreadsheets. So if you have any insomnia, that's a good time to do it. Okay, so next, one of my favorite things to sell, manga. This one's actually in fairly poor condition. And I have yet to be able to figure out how to tell which manga books are worth looking up. So I looked them all up. It's fast enough. If you should be using the eBay app. You should be scanning the UPC code. With manga books, I actually will look not at solds often, but at the listed ones, because sometimes there's not a lot of solds, and it's just faster to see what people are asking. If it's really low, then you can just quickly pass by it. Okay, so this one's Fruits Basket. Manga. It's the number 19. And you can't just assume because one of the issues doesn't have value, the other ones don't, because it can really depend on the issue number. Okay, so this is it. Mine's in crap condition though, so I'm gonna get I'm gonna try to get $24.99 instead. We'll see how it goes. Before I forget. And this is going to go media mail. Where's my media mail? There it is. Thank you for everyone coming to say hello, entertaining me while I list. Okay. There we go. Okay, I would say acceptable. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I used to have one for books, but I don't because they don't give you enough room for them. So no rips or tears. Lots. Actually, there's kind of a bit of a tear on the back. No rips. Small tear on back, which I actually did. I removed the sticker, which I normally never do. It's more like a mark. I'm going to say mark. Bed condition. We'll have other signs. Enough. Whenever there's damage, I never hide it. I never say something like, look at pictures. I always try to show specifically the marks. And what I try to do is actually put it near the beginning, not near the end, because I'd rather they know what they're getting and try and create a problem for myself. And let's go into the shelf. Let's get rid of this. And I would have paid, I think I paid $5 or even less. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes they'll pay you, like they'll say it's a children's book and you'll pay like $1.99, but they've caught on most places and they put actually prices on it. 1598168163631. Not even close. Oh, it worked. To the bottom we go and list. Another one, 35. Hey, Sherry. Thank you for coming in. I recently sold 8 pounds of complete garbage, leftover jewelry, broken stuff for $50 as for crafters. Oh, that's 8 pounds. I don't use Freedom units, so I'm not quite sure how much that is. I'll have to check. But I should do that instead of just holding on to this stuff forever. Hey, congratulations on your live sale. Are you using media mail through Chit Chat, Carl? Yes, but you have to be grandfathered for that. It's great when the books are heavy. But yeah, you have to be grandfathered. So it depends, not when you used it. I think it depends when you created your account. I tell it's mint and turn off returns. I'm sure you do, Tommy. Oh, hey, David. Okay, so let's do another thing. Yeah, Julie, check to see if you might be grandfathered. I don't know if have you used Chit Chats. If you haven't, it's, I'm not going to lie, it makes a big difference with the weight of big books. So I'll show them pictures, but since it took me forever to get this into the box, but this is a start finish banner. And I got this in a huge lot for practically nothing with a badly described auction lot, which is my favorite lots, where there's a lot of crap. They barely show any pictures, and it's vintage stuff. That's my dream. Okay. Let's go to the top. I think I made a draft for this. Filling. And drafts. Okay. We don't use the word used, but we'll keep vintage. And none of this is correct, so we're going to get rid of all that. Start. Finish line. And we're going to use our super duper secret therapy quick lookup. Doesn't go for a lot. And mostly I just want to steal, borrow their title. I know it's here, I saw it. This might be it. I don't think he gave us better pictures at some point. Okay, this is it. I think this is it. Box. What does that mean? Okay, where's... Yeah, this is it. Okay. I'm going to ask 1999, and I'll show what it is. And this is definitely one of those things that was just added to an auction lot. I had no idea what was even in there. They didn't even show pictures of everything that was in the box, which to me is, you're not doing your client very much service, but I was very happy with. This is one of the times I got a vintage Britain's Arctic scale model with dogs, sled dogs and stuff like that. And that by itself, I can't remember how much I sold it for, like 100 or even more. And you can even see it in the auction lot. Okay. Okay. Lots of marks, more paint signs. Use instructions. Box are very damaged. Very damaged. That's a horrible. I don't care. I'm trying to learn my slot cars too, because I know they have value, but I haven't had too much success. Usually when I find the big kits at the thrift stores, someone has stripped out all the racing cars. So this is it. Very thrilling. Finish line. And you can flip around for the start. And it came in the box, which was kind of nice. And old F42. There it is. Thrilling. Actually, I do like this stuff, to be honest. I like these old toys. And there we go. So another one done. Another $20. Yeah, Stallion. We don't have that here in Ottawa, but I would love it if we had more competition. But actually, Chit Chats, they're really nice here. I get along with them really well, and it's right near the thrift store, so it's really convenient for me. So I'm just going to update this. So now we're at 8. And let's see, 35, 50, 105. And 8. And 1005. Intro. Okay, so right now I'm at 8. I've done 8 listings, and for gross value of 1,005. And for people who don't know, my average net's around 50% of that, so about 500, which you'll see in my spreadsheet if you stick around. Okay. I've been avoiding this one. IKEA computer graphic equalizer. I don't want to say how long ago I bought this. I bought this a long time ago for $80. It was in the early days. I have no idea how electronics works, but it looks good. Oop. Okay. Yeah, this spreadsheet, like I was saying before, is it's designed more for my own use. So, obviously if it's my own use, I don't really care too much about the looks because it's for me. This one's silver. And let's go highest. Okay, so there's this, but this includes something on the bottom. I don't have that bottom bit. I just have the top bit. Am I missing the bottom bit? I don't think so. No, there it is. I have no idea what that is. Mine doesn't have that. No, I don't have that. I have no idea what that is. Okay, so let's check Terapeak with our secret magic formula. Shortcut. And let's put unused. Why? That's it. Holy crap. It's the same one. What about this one? Yeah. That's it. Should we be greedy? So if I want to be greedy, I'm going to just check to see if there's any competition. If there's no competition or very few, I'll be more greedy. There's no competition. And mine includes the manual. Should we shoot for the stars and get nasty emails? Why not? Okay. $3.99. That'd be bad. And this weighs a ton. So I have a shipping policy for heaviest F. Give me that. That. Now, I don't know how this stuff works. I just tested it in. It looks like it works. It's not my favorite way of selling this stuff, but it's been around for such a long time. Look, I took the picture upside down. Okay. Test and works. Good use condition. Definitely has marks. Has some marks. Use some batteries, so get rid of that. Comes with manual. And back up. Okay, let's fix that. Okay, so the first picture I took, oh, you can't see it, can you? I do have a picture with. Yeah, that's all the pictures I have. I do have that picture here. I think it just didn't capture the fact that it was on. So maybe later, I have one photo left. I'll try and capture another image. I'm just going a little slower because I want to make sure I don't screw up too much. Perfect. Julie's freaking me out. Just to make sure. Yeah. Okay. 400. So that's another one. And 400. All this crap. And go back. Okay. Hey, Doug. Yeah, me too. I like my spreadsheets. And I'm going to try and show why I do it. Because I'm a big believer in just capturing data if I am actually going to use it. Yeah, stereo equipment. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of DVD, VHS recorders that I need to test. My problem is they make a lot of noise, and I can't tell if those old machines, that's the way they were. They made a lot of noise with this thing wrong. Like, they work. They can help you make a budget. Yeah, I don't use a budget. Oh, hey, Last Moral Fiber. Thank you for coming in. Greedy, always greedy. I'm a data nerd too. Yes. Data good. I'm trying to figure out what a friggin' bobblehead Funko Minis. I'm trying to figure out what friggin' bobblehead Funko Minis I have to list. So far about. Oh, without photos. Yeah, I do photos first, for sure. I'm not sure if I quite understand what you're saying there. Okay. 7 minutes left. So let's keep going. I'm glad I put that one out. That's been there for a while. I'll not be happy when it sells and I have to ship it, but what are you going to do? Okay. Good old camera lens. Oh, whoops. Come on. There you go. So Olympus. And it has the front lid. I had no idea when I bought this. This has probably been in my death pile for a while. Probably got to the bottom because it's not that hard to list. Let's see. Okay, I'll put the lid back on even though I don't need it. I need to see. Olympus. OM dash system. CUK. CUIK. MC. Oh, let's just do one of those. It's 50. And it's a 1.8, so I'll have to fix that. Okay. I just do North America because I find the ones from Japan sell for so much higher for some reason. I'm going to make sure this is the same thing before I go ahead and list it. It's not. I'll get this one. Yeah. It's funny how they don't show the whole picture. Oh, there it is. Yep, same thing. Okay, let's keep going. So they got 69. Or I'm going to ask 69. I'm at 99. Everyone calm down. And for lenses, I always do this, that the seller can return on my dime, because I don't test it with a camera, like with taking photos. But I'm fairly confident with it now. There you are. I don't know why that picture's there. Oh, it's showing the aperture. That's fine. Okay. It goes in the same box. I put it in heavy bubble wrap before I put it in there, just to make sure. And we're going to get rid of this because I don't know what the hell that is. So it's probably talking about the back. Sometimes at the back they have adapters to attach to the mount to different cameras. And get rid of that because oh no, they make you do it. Shit. I hope all this is right. It's like it's nice having all those statistics for them, but for us it's like it just adds potential errors. Yeah, hopefully that's right. Okay. So that's one for Sony. There we go. He's warms up his camera. Oh, big bag. Yeah, I picked up some toys today, but they're just Fisher Price. Like Mondays, they're not good. I'm gonna take my time on Mondays, I think, doing other things as much as I want to thrift after the weekend. Oh yeah, that would be a great time to do that. Get Betty White out. Okay, so we have time for one more item. One more item. So we're going to do Thomas. So I have a feeling there's going to be lots of Thomas in the future. Wooden Thomas. Oh, does this one have it? No. I can't really shoot. There's some things to look out for, but this one doesn't have it. Come on. NW brake van, excuse me. Poor condition. Angry face. Okay. Thomas Wooden NW brake van. There she is. And that is definitely it. Like I was saying before, you have to be really careful because there can be slight variations of the paint jobs, and you'll have a completely different one. I spent all Saturday looking at Thomas. It was fun. We had an awesome fire. It was nice just to sit around and do comps and learn a new category. So this is it. Mine's not as in good condition for sure. So we're going to keep going. And it's going to go in the box. F42. We'll leave that for a second. And where are you? There she is. Thomas, I think, is another one of those categories it's worth learning something about, especially because they often come in baggies. And what you kind of would like to have is know that there's really one, at least really good one in there, and then you can just buy the bag without thinking. And I don't like thinking, so that goes along for me. We're going to think about the price because I'm not quite sure yet. Okay, let's think about the price. So mine's in poor condition. Those are brand new, so we're going to use it. Mine's like this. So we're going to go 29. I have a feeling this is something that's going to be dropped in price in the future, but we'll start with that. I had no idea how much I paid for this. It would have been in a big lot, and I would have had no idea it was worth anything. So that's another one. Oops. Yeah, another one for 30. 1, 4, 5. So 8, 11. And done. Okay. $45, holy poop. Comp time for the set. Oh, that's nice. Hey, I was in your chat. Thanks for coming into mine. So many Thomas. Yes. There's some really good ones out there. Keeping tally. I'm just listing an item for 3, but I'm on the wrong YouTube account. Oh, hey, 519. Yeah. I've seen both of your accounts, so that's not confusing at all. Okay, so let's just do the banner. Oh, I missed something. It's Bradford the Brakeman. So add Brad for the title. Okay, I'll do that after. I had a really good one, but it was missing the front. I wonder if I could see in the comps. Troublesome, I think it is. Now look at these. I always like showing use because that's what mostly I'm going to find. So look at these values, you know. It'd be nice to get one of those. So I have the gray one, but it's missing the face. So, and you know, the nice thing is the stores might not know that there's that. Oops, I'm not showing anyone it. Okay, fail. Let me show again. So this is used. I'm just saying they look so primitive. And see how it looks kind of flat, the magnet? That's a good sign that it's an older one as well. The one I have is this one, but it's missing the face. So, okay, I'm just going to fix up the banner. And then we're going to do, I've done everything for the listing part of the show. I had a couple of requests to show my Excel sheet of what I keep track of, and I'll just go through that. And that'll be it. Okay, so we did a total of 11, which I don't believe. Probably have to fix that. And then a total of 1,505 gross, and my net will be about half of that. So that was a good show. That was like a good amount. You know, with Mondays, I also was listing all. I was able to source last week, so it helps. But I've used a lot of the stuff in the box, so tomorrow will be interesting. Oop. I have a die cast, troublesome, not worth near that. Yeah, it's the die casts. I don't feel quite comfortable, but it seems like they're not worth as much. The mini ones aren't, but I haven't investigated those yet. I was doing the wooden ones, like I said, I did a list of all the valuable ones, just from my own collection. And what I'm gonna do is I'll have a cheat sheet just to speed up when I get the stuff from home. But now that I've seen a lot of this stuff, I'll kind of hopefully some of it will stay in my brain. Okay, so that was a good show. So now I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do my Excel sheet. So let's just start with that. If anyone has any questions on the Excel sheet, please ask. These are my real numbers, and they might be too small for everyone to see. And like I said, this is for me. So it's confusing, but since it's just me, it doesn't really matter. So I was asked a few questions for my Excel sheet, and I was asked what I do. So I was asked, do I track purchases, sales, inventory, my sell-through rate, and which items I sell through the most? And for me, when it comes to tracking information of how I'm doing what I've done, I try to just keep it simple, because what I don't want to do is just have that information, but that information won't allow me to improve my business or show signs of a problem in my business. And I'm just collecting it for the sake of collecting it, because I think it will take time from doing the important work, and it will look confusing. That being said, this is pretty confusing. So we're going to start with the basics here. So obviously this is all the sales I've had since August 2018. I haven't done November and December yet because I'm lazy. This is what on the first of the month is my number I have listed. So at this point it was at 70, and right now in January, well, actually it's February because it's not quite correct, but 952. So here I do have graphs to show how my inventory levels are going up. I find if you use your gut and you don't really track stuff, then you might think you're, going up when you actually could be stagnating for a long time and you don't even know it. Of course, the number of items you have doesn't mean how successful you are, but it's definitely, if you don't have something listed, you can't sell it, right? So for the next column is how many I added that month in terms of items. So if you can actually see, in October I slumped. I can't remember why, but these months have been really good. And I started doing the show around now, and that's gone up a lot. Not just in terms of numbers, but in gross value I've listed. This is just the number of sales I had. You can see that's been going up. As I list more, of course, the more I sell. Don't worry, I'm going to go into a bit more. And this is how many items I had at the end of the month. So this is my profit. So this is my net. Now, this is not accounting or tax net. This is the net based on the other stuff I'm going to show. I don't know. I hope you're still here, Julie. If you have any questions or anyone else has questions, please let me know. This is the gross sales, percentage of sales. So what this is the number of items I sell in one day. I picked this for some reason. I have no idea why, but I did it. So I can see, for example, that, and here the numbers are accurate for this. Obviously, my sales October, November, December, percentage-wise, are going to be better than, for example, the other months. But it also lets me see in the previous year. So in previous year, my December the 1st, October, and November weren't as good. But in this year, December was good, but the other ones were pretty good too. So, but it also gives me an idea what my sell-through rate actually is. And I think the sell rate is important because it lets me predict how much I'm going to sell in the next month. So I take what I do with this is I figure out my average sell-through rate per day, which I keep over here. And using that number, that average, I can figure out using, okay, so you can see the sum there. So what it's doing is it takes the number of listings I start with in the month, figures on my average sell-through rate, times it by the number of days, so February is 28, and then gives me a number here. That's how much it thinks I'm going to sell in that month. Now, this sounds like a lot of work, but it really isn't. I just need to get those numbers once a month, and it will do all the stuff math for me. I like knowing how much I'm going to sell in a month because it just gives me an idea of how I'm doing. And it's accurate enough for what my purposes are. Okay, so the net per item. So this is my average net per item. And I'll explain that a bit more. What's the difference? Oh, sorry. Okay, this total is just a cumulative for the year of my sales. This one here's the total for the gross total for the month. Here's my shipping costs. And I'm going to tell you how I get that as well with less work. My cost of goods, I'll explain that. eBay fees, that's directly from their statements. This used to be a tax that eBay paid, but I switched it over actually to just include my store fee. Like I said, this is for me. So even though it's confusing, it's not confusing for me because I understand it. Refunds. So for me, refunds include when I've sent them something bad or whatever, and I've had to refund their money, but it also includes when I decided to refund them some of the shipping because they bought separately, or it got canceled, whatever eBay decides is a refund. And I find my refund rate, I keep track of that. So where is it? It's over here somewhere. Refund rate, 2.6%. So I might actually need updating a little bit. Anyways, whatever. What it's telling me is that this is for every $100 I sell, $2.66 of it, 66 cents is refunded. I find my refund rate is much higher than other people who say theirs is like under 1%. I think the key thing, though, is if people aren't actually tracking that number, then I feel that I don't trust that number that they're giving me as much, not because they're trying to hide or something like that. They're just using their gut rather than the reality is, but maybe mine's high. Okay. Supplies, boxes, all that stuff. The net and the average selling price. Gross per item. And see, I have some little notes to myself. The average net per item. So I can figure that easily because I know how many items I sell because you can just go to eBay and you quickly see how many you sold, especially when you download the statements, and you can figure out what's your total net and divide by the number of items to figure out your average net. Inventory purchases. So now I think I'm finally getting to some of the questions I had. So track purchases. So this number here comes from my credit card statement. So because I buy everything with a credit card, I can download the Excel sheet from credit card company, which is in my case on my bank account, and I can sort that and quickly see how much I bought on inventory. And so that will include thrift stores, auctions, anywhere where I'm using credit card. Anything addition that doesn't go on my credit card, I will add in another Excel sheet. So, for example, if I'm buying something in a garage sale, or I'm paying someone directly for it, or I'm doing a commission, I include that as my inventory purchases, the amount I gave them, and that gets included in this. So what I also have is all my lovely charts. And so this needs to be updated. So November, December nets are going to be great, but I haven't done them yet. So you can see over time, well, it's going the right direction. It also helps to have charts so that when you do have these dips, you feel more confident that you're going in the right direction rather than, the world is ending. So this is just the number I listed this month versus the sales. I don't know how interesting that information is. I just have it there, or how helpful it is, really. I find this one's good. The average selling price gross. So that includes the shipping. And I think it's important to have a good average selling price, because often I find the amount of work. Oh, it's everyone falling asleep? I'm sure you are. But anyways, the average selling price is important because I find the average work for something isn't that different if something's valuable or low value. There's a difference, but not as much as you might think. So really, I want to keep this average selling price fairly high without not getting rid of this super easy stuff like remote controls. I don't mind selling those for 15 or 20 bucks American, because the work is low. So this average selling price is going down a little bit because I'm picking up more stuff like that, but it might be okay. Average net per item, that's gone down. That's a little concerning. But in the same case, those remotes don't give me a big net per item, but at the same time, the amount of work I have to put into it is fine. Yeah, for sure. Ask me questions later if you want. I'm not sleeping. Listening, taking pics. You can take all the pics you want. I always share everything. I try to be honest. I'm sure there's errors in here too, but I think it's more important to show how you're doing, and it keeps me more honest too. Okay, this is my margin. So everyone has different definitions of margin. For me, my definition is your gross minus all expenses, which is your net, and that margin I have there is a percentage. So really what you want, or a lot of people have, is 50. You see how my net's going down a little bit per item? That's something to be a little aware of. I don't want to be, for example, saying a number is good or bad is too simplistic, because it's the combination of these numbers with the other numbers. Because you could have, like, if you sell on Amazon, your margin is going to be much lower, but your volume that you're selling is going to be much higher. So you could be making a ton more money than me, even though your margin is much lower on Amazon than my margin. So you can't just take one number by itself, but it's still, I think it's worth knowing, and it doesn't take that much work to do. This is just another visual: gross versus net. I don't know why I did another one, probably for the fun of it. Okay, so the other thing I've been doing is rolling nets, which basically just tracks the last 12 months. And the reason for that is if I go back too far into my data, then it really starts showing really old stuff when I was not experienced. And I want to make sure that, especially as I've gone full time, I want to make sure all the lines are still going the right direction. And if you don't record it, you don't really know. And so a rolling net means that every 12, it just keeps track the last 12 months. So, okay. Now for purchases. So like I said, this includes all my purchases. So you can see when we got locked down, I bought a lot less, or if I got busy or whatever was going on, or just not finding stuff. And the other thing I keep track of is the cost of goods. Here's my cost of goods. Okay. So, you listening? So I assume, and because this is for me, this is okay, that everything I bought in the last 6 months, inventory-wise, is going to be sold. Now, I might have to alter that, but that's what I'm doing. So for the cost of goods, I add up the last 6 months of purchases and divide that by the number of items I've sold in the last 6 months to come out with an average cost of goods per item. And I use that as my cost of goods. This is not for taxes. Tax is completely different. This is just for my own information. And that is close enough for me because that's going to account for all my purchases in this Excel sheet over time. And that cost of goods also includes mistakes I made. So, for example, I bought something and trashed it. That also goes into my cost of goods per item. That also includes things that go into my death pile. Because if I bought something and it goes over there and I don't list it, that's also included in that. So my cost of goods here actually is a little higher than it really is, but that's what I prefer because I think that's more fair. So for sales was how I track sales. Well, a lot of that is through the downloads that you get from eBay itself. It'll show you what your sales are, and I can quickly see how I'm doing every month in terms of my net. Inventory. So inventory, like I just said, I keep track, for cost of goods this last 6 months. So since technically everything sells after 6 months, it's kind of like my inventory is 6 months of the purchases, but that isn't true because I have death pile. So I do an estimate for the tax purposes, but I don't keep track of how much I think my inventory is worth. I do look on the number that eBay gives you, and I just record it here. That's the gross. I don't know why this one's so much higher. I think I might have screwed up. And I don't really do anything with that number yet. I just was tracking it because that number is a little off too. Like, especially if you do best offers, well, let's just say 50% and your inventory according to eBay is 40,000. Well, your inventory isn't really worth 40, it's worth 20, right? So the sell-through rate, I talked about briefly, but I'll mention again, is I keep track of how many items I had at the beginning of the month. So here, how many I sold during the month, and use that to figure out an average of how many items I sell per day, which is a little funny, but that's the way I started it. I think when I times this by 12, my inventory, my sell-through rate, like the number of items I sell, and this is not based on value, this is just physical numbers, is 12%. So if I have an average of 100 items at the beginning of the month, on average, I'll sell 12. And that's okay for me. And then we get into the long debate of, fast nickel versus slow dime. And I actually did another Excel sheet just for my own, but I'm not going to go through that because that's maybe another time I'll go through that because I want to make sure that it's not complete BS. There was another question: what items I sell most of? I don't know. So on eBay itself, you can actually see per category how much you sell of each under the reporting of how much you sell of each item. But I haven't really looked at that too much because I sell a little bit of everything. I don't know, but I'd have to go with my gut, and I would say cameras. Cameras are probably one of my big ones. electronics. All that's available on eBay. I do look at that, but really, the bottom line is what I really care about is my nets. And actually, can I do it here? So see how it thinks I'm going to have 952 items available for February, and it thinks I'm going to sell 105. So what I can do is if I decide to increase my sales per day, let's just say to 0.55 instead. Get rid of that. 0.55. I didn't screw that up. Right. See, now it thinks I'm going to sell 149. And my sell-through rate, Tom, how on earth do you have time for this? It actually is a lot less time than you think. It looks bad, but all of this is auto-calculated. The only stuff I put in is just a couple of numbers, like what I started with, what I sold, and then I can just using math on eBay. It shows you how many you have listed. I can see how many I have, and all the rest is all calculated for me, except for the gross amounts, except for these figures here. And a lot of this stuff I just pull automatically from downloads from either credit card reports or from eBay reports. It looks bad, but honestly, it's not as much work as it might look, because a lot of it is automated for me because I'm lazy, right? So, and I think, like I said, this is for my own use. So, for when you're doing your own stuff, you might not find it that useful. But for example, what I was trying to show here was that if I wanted to increase my sell-through rate, and I can do that a few ways. One is having lower prices. Then I can see, so mine before was 0.39 a day. If I increase it to 0.55 a day, I could see what is my predicted, what is the predicted amount, result of sales for the next month. And then using my average selling price, I can predict what my net is for the next month, and I can play with that. So I'm hoping Julie, I answered some of the questions, because some of them, for me, I only keep track of the stuff I care about. So, but a lot of this stuff I have to do anyways for taxes, so it's not that big a deal. All formulas, not a lot of work at all. Yeah, they're all formulas. Or a lot of them are formulas anyways. You can see all my formulas there. Some of them I'm manually putting in, but some of them are just formulas. And once you do it once, you're done, right? So, and some of the stuff I just play with. I like to see, so for here, I can see my shipping. Okay, so here, this needs to be updated probably. Well, I know it needs to be updated. So for example, here, shows what my average net was for 2020 of the gross amount. How much of that was my shipping costs, cost of goods, eBay fees, taxes, because eBay collects the taxes on your behalf. That's included in there, and how much of refunds. And I don't know why this isn't 100, but it's close. Like I said, it's for me, so it's close enough. And so I have an idea. Really, I would like my net a little higher. I can look at my cost of goods. Is that too high? And you can play with this stuff once you have this stuff done. Yeah. Set up and forget it. Really, Excel can be really powerful, but a lot of the stuff to import this data I have automated. So yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else that I could show here? I don't know. It's like this is the stuff I really care about, is my different expenses, my nets, and I like seeing pretty graphs of my nets going up. I need to keep track on, like, this is concerning that my average net is going down, or maybe it's not concerning depending on what I'm selling. And I don't know. I guess that's it. So if there's no questions, I'm going to end it there. If anyone has any other questions or concerns, or I'm doing it wrong or whatever, put them in the comments underneath. So anyways, that's it. Thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you had a nice sleep at the end of the show. And just one thing. You use Excel. I actually use Open Office. It's the same thing. It's just free. I like free because I'm cheap. Yeah, Julie, ask if there's more, or if you have any suggestions, that'd be great. Anyways, that's it. Have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully. Bye.